We'll go more toward the middle pile here. And the bruiser. We'll see how this goes. After the July 4th flood, one of the more tragic things that happened is that a lot of organic material, meaning dead plants and animals, got scooped out and taken out of our system. Those things actually provide a lot of protection against future floods, as well as re-nourishing the soil that the flood swept away. So one of the things we're working on is building these piles of coarse woody material that you could do with flood debris, whether it's been left after a recent flood or maybe brought in from nearby tree fall, and placing it strategically to minimize erosion during floods and maximize the capture of the material that the floods bring with them. All kinds of sediment, vegetation, dead leaves, things like that. So as a flood comes in and hits an area like this, the water slows down, the things that are suspended in the water settle in between the branches, nourishing the soil, building it up, and just down the slope here, we've got a pretty sheer bank. So it's really, really prone to erosion. This area behind me is one of the more prone to erosion along this stretch. I've been here 15 years and I was just showing my student, I've seen this come back about 8 feet over that amount of time from where it started when I showed up. So we're using these debris piles as an educational tool for folks who have property along streams, along rivers, to say, you can take vegetation like this, place it strategically to minimize erosion and maximize the capture from floods in the future. We're simulating woody material from a flood here. This isn't actually stuff that's been brought in from a flood, so we're double dipping a little bit. These coarse woody material piles are made primarily of either trees that have already fallen and needed to be moved out of the way for one reason or another, or invasive species. And so we've got a couple pretty aggressive invasive species in our area. The big limb that's along the back here is a Chinaberry tree that used to be anchored right here. We're doing this for 2 reasons. One, if we take down the plant, it's not going to produce seeds in the future, so it won't continue to contribute toward invasion. But the other side of that is if we leave the roots in place, they will continue to help stabilize the bank, at least for a few years or a few decades, as we repopulate this area with native trees and native plants. And we hope that their roots will richly penetrate the soil, hold it in place, and keep the invasives at bay.